Welcome, everyone, to Game Nation. I'm your host, Brian Bonardi, and with me right now is, of course...
Very sick person. Very, very under the weather today. He's holding me against my will. I've been stuck in the basement.
Shh.
Please, call the police.
Shh. I'll call the police later.
I'm not wearing any pants.
You're wearing underwear. Actually, wait.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Game Nation, guys.
I am actually sick, but we're playing it up.
Russ is kind of under the weather right now, but that's fine. We'll pull through with it. You know what? For you, Russ, I'm going to play a sad banjo.
I can't hear it.
Exactly.
Where's our headphones?
We don't need headphones. Okay. I can hear you just fine. We're not going to be getting any background noise whatsoever while we're recording.
That's also a good point. We don't have any call-ins anymore, so until we get live.
Anymore. If you listen to our last episode, you know exactly why. I'm not going to explain again because I don't fucking want to.
Stop with the cursing. We don't need to curse.
No, we don't need to curse, but it's fun.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of kills like how effective the word is if you use it all the time.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So right now we got a lot of stories to talk about. The first big one I want to get into is we're going to start off on the Nintendo trend right now. We'll start off with some Nintendo news.
I like Nintendo.
Don't we all? Well, right now, two big things came out from Nintendo this past week. The first one being Nintendo announced the Nintendo 2DS.
Yeah. So basically a Nintendo DS.
It's a Nintendo 3DS minus the 3D.
So a Nintendo DS.
Pretty much.
Yes.
It's pretty much a Nintendo DS. It's slated for release in October, I believe. Yes. Here's the article right here.
Well, yeah, it's probably going to be, more than likely, it's going to coincide with the release of Pokemon.
Yeah, it's slated for the release in October, and there's going to be the 2DS will retail for... Let me find out the article. Shit.
So if you go in there and you have a box of your shit,
yes,
you can hand it in, and you can go and get yourself a 2DS.
Sure. Well, actually,
we'll go with that.
There's no price for it announced from what I'm reading in the article.
Well, I mean, we can assume here. I mean, the 3DS was was $219.99 when it came out, right?
Yeah, and now
then its price drop brought it down to $179.99 if I recall correctly. It was a $50 price drop.
Right now, the standard 3DS is $169. The 3DS XL is $199. So if you're going to figure out the price, you'll probably figure it's going to be around...
It's going to land somewhere between $150 and $200. That's where it's going to land.
I'm thinking more $150 to kind of make people see that and be like, ooh, that's the better buy since I don't need the depth filter at all. But
but here's the thing. Well, first of all, isn't there something about it how it doesn't fold?
Yeah, it doesn't fold at all. The design, it's pretty much the way the design is. It's designed to look like it belongs in a woman's purse. There's no fold.
Why does it have to be a woman's purse, Brian? You know I carry a purse. It's not a satchel.
It's not a fanny pack.
No, it's no satchel. It's a purse. Okay? No, but in all honesty, I don't really understand why
Nintendo is doing this. I mean, why release another version of the 3DS portable console when you already dominate the portable market with an iron fist?
I mean, they're going to make money off of it. I just don't understand, why couldn't they just have lowered the price of the XL or something to try and, or just... The thing that bothers me the most is the inability to fold.
I think, from what I'm reading in the article right now, the target audience for this is the 5-year-olds and the 6-year-olds, the really, really young audience, where they're just getting their first portable console, and parents are like, I don't want my kid to break this. And Nintendo was like, here's a brick that plays your 3DS games.
But actually, the folding ability actually protects the DS. It protects the screens, which are LED. LED screens can easily break.
Yes.
Anybody who's had an LED phone, and which is most of the world nowadays.
Yes. myself included.
Yeah.
I have an LED phone.
Yeah.
You have.
You know how easy they can break.
Yeah.
Just a simple drop or anything. But when the DS was closed, you didn't have to worry. I mean, I've dropped my 3DS. I dropped my old DS. The external might have been a little worse for wear, but the screens were fine.
Oh, and those are the most important things you want to protect.
Exactly. And so I don't know. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have the protection of having the folding to protect the two screens. Also, it's gonna get dirty as hell. But it just seems like it's kind of almost pointless because the 3DS and the 3DS XL already had a switch to turn off the 3D filter.
Yeah.
So if you just
this is actually I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no, go on.
According to the Nintendo of America's president, Reggie Fils-Aimé.
What's his name again? That's a great name.
Reggie Fils-Aimé.
I like it.
It's that I pronounced it right, Fils-Aimé. He's pretty much imagine a standard.
That's a great name for somebody who charges people for stuff. Fils-Aimé. I like it.
Anyway, he's pretty much imagine a standard 3DS laid all the way flat and with the depth slider all the way down. Everything else is there in the system. And that's an actual quote from him. We're always thinking about what we can do that's new, unique, different, and brings more people into this category that we love. And so with the Nintendo 3DS, we were clear to parents that, hey, we recommend that your children be 7 and older to utilize the device. So clearly that creates an opportunity for 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds, that first-time handheld gaming consumer.
Wait. So they're recommending that for 7 and up, but then they're saying that their target audience is 5 and 6-year-olds.
Yeah, because this is kind of for those, it's just between that 5, 6, and 7-year-old, that's kind of where their target audience is for this.
Yeah.
But it's just if you have a 3DS already, why make this? I mean, the 3DS is already a pretty fairly priced unit. Now, I don't have a 3DS yet, but
you're going to get one.
I'm going to get one for Pokemon X and Y, which I'm proud to announce that 1 week before Pokemon X and Y comes out, the Saturday before October 12th, which is the official release date of Pokemon X and Y, we are going to be doing a Pokemon retrospective episode. So it's going to be an episode totally dedicated to nothing but Pokemon. Old, new, and the future.
Mewtwo.
Yeah, Mega Evolutions.
Well, I'm not going to talk about that right now.
We're going to save all that stuff.
I have my complaints and my praises for Mega Evolution, but we'll save that for the day.
Yes, and also we're going to have a couple people join us for that episode. We may have Dave join us for that episode because Dave followed
competitive Pokemon.
The competitive Pokemon circuit, so we're interested to get that perspective. And we're going to have another friend of mine who has an interesting theory about EVs.
Effort values or EV the character?
Eevee the Pokemon.
I don't tell me. I want to know the day.
Yes, she's gonna have an interesting theory on that, which actually kind of makes sense when you figure.
I have plenty of theories on Pokemon.
Yeah, so we're gonna have all that going on that week, but right now we're gonna segue out of the 2DS and go into the Wii U. Still the dumbest name for a system ever.
Wii U.
I'm never gonna let that go.
Wii U.
There was a price drop announced.
Wii U. I can't get my voice that high.
I can. So there was a price drop announced on the Wii U. It's a $50 price drop. So now the Wii U Deluxe model will be. It begins September 20th.
Okay.
So it begins right at the cusp of the holiday season.
So that's a Friday too. So
correct.
That's a weird day for something to happen like that. But.
Well, Nintendo's weird. It's Nintendo. They do whatever the hell they want.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, the 2D, the 3D, the Wii U. Jeez, Mary and Joseph.
The 2D, 3D Wii U.
The Wii U will now be sold for $299.99 instead of its usual $349.99. Whoop-de-doo! Still not getting it.
You know what? Here's the problem with the Wii U. Is that it's still...
It's a stupid name?
Well, besides that, let's pretend it wasn't called the Wii U. Let's pretend for a second it was called the Nintendo Awesome.
Okay.
It's still $300 for inferior technology that is outdated already.
Yeah.
The Wii U was already outdated when it came out.
Going back to the 2DS real quick. I just skimmed the article.
Yeah.
The 2DS will be available for $129.99 on...
Well, way to make me feel like a jackass.
October 12th.
I told you it's good. At least I got one of those two right.
Yes.
$129. That's actually now that makes sense.
It's being released in conjunction with Pokemon X and Y.
I personally would have liked to see them just lower the price of the regular standard 3DS down to $129. Because I still, like I said, I still feel like that. But whatever. I mean, if that's the route they're going to go.
So I'm sorry to get into that tangent, but I just noticed that.
Is that the one that's coming out for the? Are they going to have packs like?
They may release it as a bundle pack. They may release a Nintendo 3DS Pokemon XY bundle pack.
Well, they're already doing that. I know that for a fact. But you mean a 2DS?
2DS bundle pack, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, it's going to get confusing when people are. Are they going to start making like 2DS games too, or is it like?
No, the 2DS is just a 3DS without the depth filter.
Yeah.
For God knows what reason. But what you were saying about the Wii.
It's just that
awesome. The Nintendo awesome.
The Nintendo awesome. It's just that it's already inferior technology. You know, within a unit that, like, as of right now, has no games. I can't name a single game for the Wii U. Wii U.
That's not a third. That's
not like I don't even know the single party games.
The only one that I know of, are like the new Super Mario Brothers U, Zombie U, Super Luigi U.
How about you?
No.
Okay.
No,
but now, here's the thing. In my opinion, the only thing that's going to save the Wii U is if they do a bundle pack for $250 that also includes Super Smash Brothers.
The new Super Smash Bros. I
Only way.
Completely agree with you there. Because, really, that's the only reason I see a lot of my friends get the Nintendo Wii or the Wii U.
A lot of people...
is Smash Bros. That's it.
Yeah.
And Zelda.
I mean, is there a Zelda game for the Wii U?
Well, we'll get to that. There was an announcement in terms of Zelda for the Wii U, not a new Zelda.
Isn't it like Majora's Mask? Or
it's a Wind Waker. It's the Wind Waker HD.
That's it. Yeah.
And its release date was announced, and it will be released on September 12th.
They like 12s.
Well, I'm sorry. Released on October 4th. There was a concert on September 12th in Seattle for the Zelda soundtrack.
There was a concert on September 12th, or is there
There's going to be a concert in...
Okay, I was just going to say.
Benaroya Hall in Seattle on September 12th. Symphony of the Legend of Zelda...
I'm surprised they didn't do that with PAX. PAX Prime just happened.
PAX Prime just happened, and you know what's really
usually PAX is usually like where a lot of those things happen, like the symphony orchestra, like, you know, based around video games, stuff that, you know, basically... That's why I'm shocked that they didn't just do it at PAX.
And you know what's funny about PAX this past weekend? Nothing really big happened.
Yeah, no one was talking about it.
No one.
PAX East got more coverage this past year.
PAX East got more coverage.
Which is usually, PAX East is usually the lesser of the two.
Yeah. But PAX Prime got a lot of very little coverage. I mean...
I think one of the problems is that there was too many conventions in a short period of time for people. I think
PAX Prime is going on right now, actually, probably.
I thought it was last week.
No, last week was Gamescom.
Oh, Gamescom. Okay,
last
sorry.
week was Gamescom, and the only big thing... I'm sorry,
PAX
Gamescom was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, PAX was last week. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, look it up, because I don't remember off the top of my head.
That's where PAX Prime was last week. I've been sick, so I'm not really paying that close attention.
Yeah. And we've been also busy working on some of our other projects.
PAX... Keep talking, Brian.
But what I was saying was, like... You have the release of Wind Waker HD, which is like not even a new Zelda game.
I find it funny that they're holding their hat on an old game. I mean, I shouldn't be shocked with Nintendo.
I mean, the only new Zelda...
Oh yeah, it's going on this weekend. I'm sorry. Yeah, I must have been thinking of Gamescom.
You were thinking of Gamescom.
Yeah, but in all honesty, though, I haven't heard much of anything about PAX. Usually, before it happens, it's a big deal.
You get huge... Like, a lot of people have been talking about PAX, but they've mostly been talking about, like, oh, we're going to be at PAX, we're going to have such and such a panel at PAX, This company's doing a panel at PAX.
For those who might not know what PAX is, that's the Penny Arcade Expo. I'm sure anybody listening to this probably knows what it is.
Yes.
There's 4 of them, actually. There's PAX East, which is in Boston. PAX Prime, which is the original one, was in Seattle. PAX Dev, which I believe is also in Seattle, which is only for developers.
Yeah, PAX Dev is a private.
Nobody else can go there. And then there's PAX Aus, which is PAX Australia, which takes place in Melbourne. So that one is probably the least useful of all of them.
Because it's Australia.
Well, it's basically, that's just for the southern.
It's a convention that tries to kill you.
Yes. But yeah, PAX East and PAX Prime usually have there's a bigger commotion around it usually than that. And Gamescom had nothing.
The only big thing to come out of Gamescom was the announced release date of the PS4.
Yeah, those were the only 2 things. Were the 2 release dates for? Was it Gamescom or was that?
There was only one release date announced for Gamescom at Gamescom, and that was the PS4. There's speculation on the release date of the Xbox One, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah, that was the only thing. Gamescom was basically, that was it. Like, I think, like, didn't they used to be more separated? E3 and Gamescom used to be further apart.
They used to be further apart. Like, it used to be like E3 would start the convention season for games.
Yeah.
Then you would transition into TGS, the Tokyo Game Show,
which is it's basically E3 for Japan.
Yes, and then you would kind of end the convention season with Gamescom and PAX and.
Yeah,
and then PAX East would cover the spring because
in March.
Because by PAX East, like all the games have been announced, and PAX East is where they take it to the fans and just say, "Go have fun, go
play with yourself,
go play," which we're going to be trying to go to next year.
Yes,
PAX East, we're definitely going next year.
Well, of course.
I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't. We're going to be. As Russ just strokes his microphone.
Yes. But anyway, so
but yes.
Back to the Wii U. The only thing that can save it, in my opinion, is they need to get Super Smash Bros. Out right, like, as fast as possible.
Like, within the next year, I would say.
Yeah. Or else they're not going to have a system to, like, release it on.
But then again, Nintendo kind of goes by their own model, and they pretty much said, like, look, we're not going to be in direct competition with the other 2 guys. We're in no capability of doing that.
But they are. That's the worst part.
We're a multi-billion-dollar company. We own the portable market. We own the family gaming market, kind of.
Well, that's what Xbox was trying to steal from them.
And they're not going to win. They're not going to get that. On top of that, Nintendo has been around for so long, and they've probably saved up so much money that they could probably release these consoles and lose so much money that they'd still be in the running as a major...
You honestly think that Nintendo has more money than Sony and Microsoft?
Well, more money than Sony and Microsoft? No.
I think like Sony and Microsoft are 2 of the most profitable companies.
But here's the reason why Sony and Microsoft are so profitable. They aren't just strictly a gaming company.
Yeah, exactly.
Microsoft has...
Neither was Nintendo when they first started, might have had.
No, but nowadays, Nintendo is mostly known for their gaming. So Nintendo is truly a strictly gaming company with their consoles and their first-party titles and their software and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they're kind of in that unique market, whereas with Sony has TVs, they have games, they have receivers, they have sound, they have DVD players, they made the Blu-ray. They're in so many other markets.
Yeah.
That they let's say Sony tomorrow said, we're not going to be making any more game consoles after today.
I just want to point out that you put my notes page in like the complete wrong order.
Sorry.
I have no idea where the hell we are.
That's fine. I'm in the right order. I've got the right stories here. Don't worry about it.
I hate you.
I know. I love you too.
He's trying to sabotage me, ladies.
I'm not trying to sabotage you.
Earlier today, he goes, at 4 o'clock, right around 4 o'clock, I'm going to send you the notes page.
I said, remind me.
That's not my responsibility, Mr. Producer.
I'm sorry. Half producer.
No. What does it say on the website? Producer, host. What does it say next to my name? Co-host.
No, it doesn't.
What does it say?
Deity.
Oh, okay. I guess it is my responsibility.
You're deity. I am producer, host, and peon.
Okay, I can deal with that. Okay, it's my fault. I should have known better. I'll watch out for my peons from now on. The peasants will no longer have to. I didn't know that you actually updated it to do that.
I did.
We had talked about that as a joke for a little while.
There's a couple of jokes on the website. If you find all of them, Good job.
Yeah, if you find all of them, you don't win anything. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. We already know who found the first one.
I don't really care who found the first one.
I said I'd state his name. His name was Mike. Mike, congratulations. You're now mentioned on the show.
My friend Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, what did he find?
He found the, which Easter egg was I talking about?
I don't know. I don't want to give away one that we're not...
He found one of the Easter eggs.
Okay, I'll have to talk to him.
And he mentioned it. And
I'll probably talk to him tomorrow. We're doing our fantasy football league tomorrow.
Oh, football season.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't have any football gaming related stories. Otherwise, that would have been a great segue.
Well, I do have a football story.
Oh, okay.
They officially revealed the Madden 25 cover with Barry Sanders on it. Which was
Madden 25. Oh no, Madden 24.
It's the 25th anniversary.
Well, yeah, Madden 25 just came out.
Yeah, they revealed the cover and everything.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's a really nice cover, by the way.
Yeah.
Outside of that, we're going to transition over to Microsoft. There's speculation that Microsoft...
And it comes out, I think, or maybe it did come out this week. Did it come out this week? Or does it come out next week?
Madden 25?
Yeah, I thought it comes out next
Madden 25 came out...
this week?
Last week.
Oh, last week. I thought it was the week
Madden
before.
Madden 25 came out last week.
Of course, you have to...
But then again, it's a Madden game and not many people pay attention to that anymore.
Yes, they do.
I mean, if you're a hardcore Madden fan, you pay attention.
I was very upset with the last Madden. That's why I didn't really pay attention.
I'm not a big Madden player. So
I actually, I used to have this policy where I would buy, one every, 3 or 4 years. Because the players, for the most part, stay the same.
Yeah, it's just the stats change. And
yeah. And last year I bought the game, and I was just severely disappointed with the whole thing. I actually sold it back really quickly. You know, it was just like... But the cover, the Madden 25 cover looks really cool with Barry Sanders, who's one of, he deserved it.
He's one of the best quarterbacks. No, not quarterback.
Running back?
Running back. I'm just going to shut up.
Brian doesn't watch football.
I watch football.
No, he doesn't.
I'm a fair weather fan.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't watch football. He doesn't.
Anyway, we're going to go into Microsoft. And right now, it's pretty much speculated that Microsoft may launch the Xbox One a week before the PS4. PS4 comes out November 15th. Xbox One may be released on November 8th.
That's the only chance they have. If they release afterwards, they don't have a shot.
They don't have a shot in hell?
No. Even though I think that even that close together is still in favor of Sony because, it's one of those things that's like, I can buy this or I can wait a week and get something that's $100 cheaper.
That does the exact same thing?
That does the exact same thing, but, for the most part, better.
Yeah, and also Microsoft...
Oh, did you hear that they announced that now Sony will pair with both Twitch TV and Ustream?
I did not hear that.
I read about it earlier today. They are going to...
When did they just announce it?
It was not... It was I just read it 2 or 3 days ago.
So now they're going to be... Now they're going to have Ustream and Twitch TV.
Yeah, that was the only advantage in the streaming, in the streaming market that Microsoft had.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Sony is, every time, Microsoft tries to fix... Sony is, really trying to, kill them.
Yeah. I think Sony's...
they just keep stabbing the cadaver. It's just, it really is getting pretty
I need to get that psycho sound effect now.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel really bad for Microsoft.
Well, Microsoft pretty much...
I mean, they dug the hole, but Sony kicked them right in it.
This is Microsoft! Yes, it is! Kick!
They
didn't even say this is... Microsoft didn't even go... This is madness. Microsoft went, this is Microsoft! And so he was just like, yeah, it is. Yeah. Punk!
Yeah, Microsoft dug this hole, and Sony was like, hey, that's a great place for you to go, and just boot right in the ass.
Yeah!
Face first, plunge 6 feet into the ground.
But and also recently, Microsoft has stated that right now, Microsoft has no intentions of releasing an Xbox One without the Kinect.
Okay, I'm going to recover my ears now.
I'm not going to go into...
Go ahead.
I'm just saying that is a really...
It's a bullshit paperweight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I hate... That's my best impression of Brian.
Yes, it is. I've already stated time and time again, I am not the biggest fan of the Kinect. However,
Brian's keeping unusually calm.
Because I'm not talking about the Kinect. I'm talking about the stupidity of Microsoft.
Oh, here it comes.
That they are not releasing an Xbox One without the Kinect on launch. Well, not even.
It might be that it's just too far gone. It's too far into production to cease production of the way it was.
We said that when they announced that you didn't need the Kinect plugged in, and apparently their software engineers are able to reprogram the entire thing in time for a November launch.
Well, I mean...
Which is, might I add, very impressive.
What?
That they're able to do that in that quick of time.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a software engineer. I am not even close to a software engineer.
You kind of look like a software engineer, though.
No, I look like a retail salesman right now, but that's beside the point. In fact, I don't have my name tag on still, thank God. Although I do have my pens in my pockets.
Pens.
But the fact that they're not doing it...
You know who my favorite software engineer of all time was?
Bill Gates?
No. I forget what they called him, but Newman. You know, Newman from Seinfeld, his character in Jurassic Park. Favorite software engineer of all time.
You didn't say the magic word.
That movie introduced everybody to the GIF.
I'm sorry, it's pronounced GIF.
I'll pronounce it how I want, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Choosy moms choose GIF.
Now, we're going to get into... Now, Microsoft has made a bad decision. Now, here's another company who... Did they make a bad decision, or are they kind of making a smart decision knowing their fan base? Bethesda have announced that Elder Scrolls Online is going to be a pay-to-play model at $15 a month. However, the system is right now being released on PC.
You mean the game?
The game, yes. Sorry. The game is being released on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Now, right now, Bethesda is actually doing a really, really smart move. Right now, they are in talks with Microsoft to try and get their game excluded from the Xbox Live membership protocols.
Okay.
So that players, if they get it on the Xbox One, don't have to pay for both Elder Scrolls Online and Xbox Live Gold.
I have a feeling that Microsoft's going to say no to that, but let's hope that they don't, because that'll really eat into the Xbox One's market for Elder Scrolls fans. If you have to pay an additional $60 just to play it online on top of the $15 a month you're paying. So let's say you want to play it for a year. Mm-hmm. $15 a month, that's...
15 times 12, you're talking about...
Go ahead, Brian.
I'm not going to do the math.
150.
150.
Plus 30.
180.
180. Okay, now add 60.
Crap, Brian, math time.
Okay, it's 180 plus 60. It's $240.
$240 a year.
$240 to play one game for a year, plus however much, plus the $60 it costs. A $300 game.
$300, yeah.
Yes.
That's a lot of money for a
it's like
for a game.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yes, it is.
And I would not pay that ever. I would not pay an additional, $60 to. What's wrong, Brian?
Nothing's wrong. I just, for some reason, my
your gain is down.
Yeah, my your mic kind of went boopy real quick. I'm gonna give me 1 second. I'm gonna fix it.
Can they hear me?
They can hear you through my microphone right now.
You mother.
Give me 1 second.
See what I deal with here?
Give me 1 second, guys. We're experiencing minor technical difficulties.
I'd kill you with a microphone.
Give me 1 minute. Okay, there we go. Now you're fixed.
I hate you.
I love you too, Russ.
I don't love you.
Anyway, now here's the question. Do you think it's smart for Bethesda to go down the pay-to-play model when the current trend right now is a lot of companies are going and seeing a little bit better profits in a free-to-play?
I have no idea anymore. I'm sick of trying to predict the game that's going to be able to survive in the pay-to-play in the WoW era.
I'm not saying this. I'm not going to call this game a WoW killer. I'm never going to call anything that.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm not saying it's a WoW killer, but it's just I can't see any other game ever surviving pay-to-play anymore. Even with Elder Scrolls. I mean, if Star Wars didn't have the clout to do it, Star Wars has a lot more fans than Elder Scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe they'll just do the pay-to-play for a year, and then they'll go to free-to-play just like everybody else does.
Yeah, I mean, how do I say this? You got
this. This. That's how you say this.
You have to figure something out.
What the hell is wrong with you?
We're experiencing minor technical difficulties right now again because your microphone went completely unplugged.
How? It's plugged in.
I have no idea how it got plugged in.
Switch the USB port.
That should do the. That should be the wrong microphone. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we're fixed.
I hate you.
I know. I'm sorry. So anyway, what I was saying was, like the reason ZeniMax is saying they're going to go pay to play is they don't want people to deal with microtransactions to try and lovely imagery.
Sorry.
To try to restrict the gamers on what they can access.
Well, yeah. I mean, I hate that.
Because the way Elder Scrolls Online is supposed to be, it's supposed to be the Elder Scrolls, but in an MMO universe.
It's first person, right?
But it's first person and third person.
Okay.
It's like the traditional Elder Scrolls, like Skyrim and Morrowind and Oblivion. It's supposed to be like that, where
Daggerfall.
Not Daggerfall, where it's you can do both.
We didn't just lose signal here.
No, we didn't lose anything. It's just your mic is just being all hokey dokey.
Change the USB port.
I am changing the USB port right now, and yep, that is definitely the problem. Give me 1 second, guys. If you hear any clicking, that was me.
Brian clicks.
I do click.
He's a clicker. Am I on?
You are not on just yet. Give me 1 second. I don't want any dead air going on right now, but hang on.
I hate him.
Okay, right now we're just going to go down to the one mic setup, so give me 1 second. If you heard any ceiling cracks, that was me. I'm just
Oh my god, Brian, you're terrible at life. You fucking bastard.
There's no water in that cup.
I hate you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god. This is so professional.
Shut up.
Turn the gain up.
I am setting to omnidirectional. It is now picking up in all directions.
Oh man.
So now we are all set to go once again into the fold of Game Nation Radio, the most poorly produced podcast on the internet.
Sorry, our one fan.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Like I said, we were on a roll, but I needed work. I still need work.
Brian needs lots of work.
I need lots of work. I might need psychiatric therapy.
Hey, don't make fun of psychiatric therapy.
I'm not making fun of psychiatric therapy. I'm making fun of myself.
Okay, what's the next? I want to start getting through some stories.
Alright, so right now, we talked about the Elder Scrolls being a pay-to-play model. Elder Scrolls supposedly coming out sometime next year. On top of that, we talked about the Xbox One. Oh! GameStop has stated that right now, this generation is supposedly going to be the largest console launch in history.
Well, yeah. It's just more people are aware of it now. Like, more people want it first. It was also the fact that last time they were all staggered, if you recall correctly.
Yes.
The PS3 came out after the Xbox 360 by a long shot.
But now this year
they're coming out within like a week.
Within like a week or two of each other. So you are right. This is, and in terms of the PS3, we have this year's launch titles for the PS3.
PS3?
Not PS4.
PS4.
PS4. Some of them are going to be digital downloads. Some of them are going to be on the Blu-ray. It's a list of 33 games.
33.
We're going to start off with Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah.
Which is Blu-ray and digital. Basement Crawl, which is strictly digital. Battlefield 4 on both. Blacklight, digital. Call of Duty Ghosts, I have no interest in that. Contrast, DC Universe Online, which is digital, why release it on the PS4, I have no idea.
Isn't that like free to play?
Yes, it is. It has the free to play, but also the pay to play model as well.
Okay.
Doki Doki Universe, which is digital. Drive Club, which is Blu-ray and digital. It's that racing game.
Yeah.
FIFA 14. Flower.
Yeah, Flower.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correct. Hohokun.
Okay.
Just Dance 2014. Killzone Shadowfall. Knack. Lego Marvel Superheroes. Madden 25.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
I hate you.
N++. NBA Live. NBA 2K14. Need for Speed Rivals. Pinball Arcade. PlanetSide 2. Pool Nation Extreme. Resogun. Skylanders Swap Force. Super Motherload. The Playroom. Tiny Brains. Warframe. War Thunder. And Watch Dogs.
What do you want me to say about this? Like, what stands out to me? Or?
The ones that stand out... Yeah, what stands out to you? The ones that
what do I want to buy, or what do I think will be a big sale?
Both.
Assassin's Creed 4 is going to be a huge sale, because
Yes.
Assassin's Creed has just become, like, its own thing.
Entity.
Yeah, its own entity. Minecraft is a game that I don't think will sell that great, because everyone already can play that elsewhere. And, Killzone Shadowfall will be pretty big for the PS4 launch.
Yep.
FIFA 14 usually has a good FIFA usually has a great like launch, because FIFA is pretty much like the best game out there, like the best sport game series out there right now. Hey Dave, what's up?
Oh my god, it's a Dave! Dave decided to join the
You don't
studio.
gotta sneak anymore, Dave.
Dave is like sneaking like he's the freaking like Frankenstein's monster.
He's about the same height, so we're just talking about launch titles for the PS4 right now. We're omnidirectional.
We're omnidirectional right now.
Brian-
so it's gonna
Brian-
be
Launch titles.
Yeah,
I goofed.
Talking at the wrong microphone.
there you go. There's one. If you want to take a look, we're
Those
just
are
talking
the
about
PS4 titles.
what ones stand out to
Launch
us.
titles.
Yeah. What stands out to you? Like, what just grabs you?
I was
Whether you think you're going to play it, or you think it's just going to be a big one, even if you're not interested, if you think it's going to be.
Well, I was just playing Warframe before I left. That's a free-to-play game.
Okay.
You play
it's on PC as well, right?
Yeah. Well, yes, it was originated on PC, and War Thunder. It's another free-to-play game that I play.
That's what I just got into.
Yeah. So Warframe's pretty cool. You play like a robot ninja, basically.
Okay.
And
Robot ninjas.
Yep. And you run around and kill things and collect items to make yourself better. It's like if Diablo was like a third-person action game where you were a robot ninja, it would be Warframe.
So Robot Ablo.
Sure.
Or Ro Diablo.
I don't think there's a person on the face of the planet who's not excited for Watch Dogs.
I am excited.
You know what's a game I'm interested on this list that maybe doesn't stand out as like that's going to have a huge launch?
Flower, what the hell?
Lego Marvel Superheroes. I like the Lego.
I was
games.
expecting you to say FIFA.
I said FIFA's going to have a huge launch.
Oh.
I'll probably get FIFA.
Oh, FIFA's always huge.
Yeah, FIFA's like the best sport game series. Like they win that award like every year because they actually have competition. Unlike most,
They have like FIFA
Pro
has
Evolution Soccer. So they have to continuously get better. Unlike Madden,
which has very little
it
competition.
has zero competition.
The only competition they had at the time for a while back was NFL Blitz, but
which was a joke of a game. It was actually a joke game.
yes.
But yeah, anything stand out to you, Brian?
The ones that really stand out to me, other than Assassin's Creed 4, Battlefield, Call of Duty, FIFA, Killzone, Knack, I'm really interested in.
Is that the one with the rock guy?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's the one with the rock guy. I'm really interested in that one to see how that
Garignac. That's what I'm going to call that.
You're going to call that really?
Garignac.
You're going to quote Galaxy Quest here.
Yes.
All right. I'm not going to
never give up, never surrender.
Watch Dogs, of course. War Thunder, I'm starting to play that on the PC. That game is fun.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have an answer.
Assassin's Creed 4, that comes out before the PS4 launch, doesn't
Correct.
it? Okay.
Yeah, so it's a port. It's going to be a port. Yeah,
it's going to be a port
Right.
or like a graphic update or something like that.
So that's kind of disingenuous to call that a launch title because it's coming out before the system comes
out.
out.
Battlefield 4, I don't know if it comes out before the system comes out.
Pew, 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 pew.
My brother's going to get that. I know that for a fact.
I'm probably going to get that game. Honestly, I'm really excited to see the fully destructible environments from Bad Company making their way over into the mainstream.
Because they're in the Frostbite 3
series.
engine.
Yeah, and
Well, they're the new graphics engine.
but yeah,
Did you guys see that clip where they were showing at it was
E3
conference?
where they dropped the tank, right?
Yeah, where they destroy the street support and the tank falls through the street into that like parking garage.
That was really
that
cool.
was awesome.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, those are the ones that I think are going to. We can get your opinion on this. We're not going to go back any topics, but this was in this current topic. Do you think that it's funny? I find this funny that GameStop is calling this the largest console launch in history.
Every new console launch is the largest console
No,
launch.
but this is the reason why I said it was funny, is because this is the only console launch ever where the two big systems are being launched within like a week of each other. They always got staggered, and that's the reason why it was never huge.
Oh, that's true. Actually, now that I think now that I think about it, because you kind of always assume that they just come out at the same time, but they never really.
They never did. The Xbox.
You're right.
Original.
One always beats the other one by like a couple of months.
Yeah. So the reason why this is going to automatically be the biggest, it's kind of like
They're literally going head to head.
It's the Civil War analogy. The reason why the Civil War was had the most American soldiers dead is every soldier that died was American. Of course it's going to happen because they're happening at the same exact time. It's going to be all the launch happens within a short period of time.
Right.
I actually saw a ton of Just Dance 2014 gameplay footage.
Is Just Dance is that like Dance Dance Revolution? I don't really know.
No, it uses the iToy.
Oh, okay.
And it shows you like a figure doing moves on the screen. You just kind of mimic what the figure does.
Okay.
And the iToy picks it up.
But yeah, like we got all that going on. I asked Russ this earlier. We're gonna go back on this earlier one because you play a lot of MMOs, or you
play a lot of.
I play a lot of games.
You play a lot of games.
Dave is actually the biggest gamer out of all of us.
He is, but we just don't really.
But I play like random things for like an hour and then give up on them forever.
Yeah, so it's hard to get Dave's full opinion on things because half the time he doesn't finish the game.
And we got a couple reviews coming up today. We got a review of Saints Row 4. I'm going to enjoy that review.
I don't care.
I got XCOM: The Bureau Unknown. I'm sorry, The Bureau XCOM Declassified. Wow.
Okay, well let's continue with our stories.
Let's continue with this, Dave. I have to ask.
Me about? Okay.
Bethesda have announced that Elder Scrolls Online is going to be a $15 pay-to-play model. Do you think will carry any weight at all because it's an Elder Scrolls game, or
do you think it's a death sentence?
It's not a death sentence, but it's probably not going to be that way forever.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's probably going to be like a year worth of pay to play,
exactly.
and then
it's
it'll go free to play.
They get people to pay while they can, and then they move to a model like Terra or something.
They are one thing we talked about. They are making it a point to see if the Xbox version, try to get it excluded from the Xbox Gold membership.
Yeah, Bethesda is actually fighting to try and get.
So that way you don't need to be an Xbox Gold member to play it online.
That would be a funny exception.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think honestly that's like it's kind of a nice it's a nice gesture.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone who buys that game for Xbox is gonna like have a problem with paying for Xbox Live. You know, if they're buying a 15.
In all honesty, I don't think most people are going to buy it on console anyway. I think that most people are going to buy it on
most
PC.
of the people that I've talked to about the game, and most of them have said I'm going to get it on PC, except for like one or two people are going to get it on Xbox. I'm like,
can I completely go off the subject and complain about Final Fantasy 14?
Wait. Just wait till we get to our reviews.
Yeah, get to our reviews.
You're talking about Final Fantasy 14?
No, but you can review it.
All right, I'll complain about Final Fantasy 14.
You can add that to your review
because I just started playing that game. Well, I started.
Hold the thought.
I started attempting to play that game, and
Stop talking.
Hold your thought.
Okay.
All right. So right now we're going to go into GTA 5. There's two stories coming out from GTA 5. One involves...
We had a lot of technical difficulties.
When does that release, by the way?
September 17th.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow. So it's really soon.
It's in 2 weeks, give or take.
Is it on PC?
Probably.
Not yet.
Rockstar is like infamously terrible with PC ports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like they're always late and they're always awful.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But there's
I remember the horrible Bully launch.
Literally every Rockstar game has a late PC version and a terrible PC version.
Okay.
It's coming from a guy who got Max Payne 3 on PC.
I have a lot of Rockstar games on PC, and they're always late and they're always terrible.
Anyway, GTA 5, there's the $150 collector's edition will let you play online as Nico Bellic's son.
Okay.
Nico Bellic from GTA 4 apparently had a kid.
Okay.
And
apparently he had a bunch of kids.
Apparently he had a bunch of
multiplayer.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently Nico Bellic just after after the horrible events of GTA 4, Nico Bellic just said, "You know what? Screw the world. I'm going to sleep with anything with legs and lady parts."
A table.
and just
he went total.
Go to town.
He went total Captain Jack Harkness on the.
He did go total Captain Jack.
Jap Harkness.
Captain Cap Hardness.
Captain Cap Harkness. Captain Jack Harkness.
No, Captain
Jack Harkness.
I can't even. Damn it, Dave.
Anyway.
And it's going to be exclusive to the $150 collector's edition of the game.
Is that the only thing you get?
You get a couple other things.
Yeah, of course it's not the only
I was going to say...
You get a couple other things in the collector's edition, but that's
they quadruple the price for just a DLC character?
Of the game will be extra hereditary options, allowing you to control the descent of some of the GTA... Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't understand any of that.
Which this is exclusive for GTA Online, which launches October 1st.
Wait, what was it? What was the thing that's exclusive? You said it so quickly. I didn't understand.
Nico Bellic.
The fact that
all right, I understand Nico Bellic. What was after that? Exclusive what?
As part of the collector's edition, you'll get Nico Bellic along with both Claude and Misky from Grand Theft Auto 3 to use as parent options within the character creation system for GTA Online.
So you actually pick who your parents are?
Yeah,
for the online. That's interesting. You know, their multiplayer is really. I hope it's as good as they're hyping it up to be, because it looks like it could be really excellent.
It's a different play on multiplayer. It's kind of like taking the multiplayer from Red Dead Redemption and improving upon it.
Yeah, it's like they have this like persistent. It appears that they have this like persistent open world stuff, and then they have like sort of classical, instanced
side missions and
team
stuff.
deathmatch or whatever.
Yeah. And on top of that, through Sony, ironically, there was a leak on the potential track list of GTA 5, and it lists a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Like, just to name some of the few...
Yeah, don't really list off all of them. Just pick a couple.
Just a few, like Snoop Dogg, Tupac...
These aren't songs, Brian.
Well, just to list off a few artists, because...
Elton John is on there.
Elton John is on this.
Is Rebecca Black on there?
Is she?
I don't think Rebecca Black will be on here, but if she is on here, dear God
Justin
in heaven.
Bieber? They gotta have some troll music. I mean, it's Rockstar.
On the PC version, you can make troll music.
Rebel Radio. Fergie, there you go. There's some troll music.
Fergie, there we go. Smokey Robinson, Absol, All Saints, Aaron Neville, Rihanna.
Elton John's kind of troll music for that target demographic. Elton John is troll music. I mean, Elton John's good. But they're targeting, not the people who would listen to Elton John.
I don't know.
Anne-Marie.
The Doobie Brothers. I like that.
Britney Spears.
Okay, well, we get the idea.
But yeah, it's just interesting that they had that many, it got leaked. The soundtrack got leaked, but you know what? It's kind of...
Who cares? It's the soundtrack.
Exactly. It's not like if they hacked the game and... found every single spoiler for the entire game and released that.
Yeah, this doesn't tell me anything.
Then I would be livid.
I mean,
to be fair, Rockstar has pretty good taste in licensed music.
Yeah,
generally they're the radio stations have always been really good.
Yeah, I'm not that big fan of a rap, but they got some pretty.
Well, you just don't listen to the rap station then.
Yeah,
I'll go to.
This is quite possibly the largest.
I love Regulate, by the way.
Yeah,
that's my favorite rap song.
This is possibly the largest soundtrack I've ever seen for a game.
It's one of them, yeah. I can't think of any other game that had a soundtrack as big as
GTA 4.
No, GTA 4 didn't have this many.
They had a lot,
but
they
it
had
wasn't
a
this
lot
many.
of licensed music.
But it wasn't this many.
They probably had a lot of licensed music, but you just never noticed any of it because you probably.
I noticed it.
But
How do you not notice the music?
It's hard.
no, you notice the music, but what I'm saying is that when you're playing the game, you really don't notice how many songs there really are because you kind of just stick to that one station.
It feels like a for real. Well, no, they feel like for real radio stations.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't think about that.
You know what I
Rockstar
want
had
to
to buy
see
rights for
in
all
GTA
these.
5? I want to see Boz Rutan come back in GTA 5.
That
As
was
Boz
hilarious.
Rutan.
Boss Rutan as Boss Rutan.
Was he in GTA?
He
4?
was in GTA
Yeah,
4.
He was in GTA 4 as himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he played. It was you went into your house and you turned on the TV and he did like self-defense videos on
Oh,
television
that's
in a bathroom.
in a bathroom.
okay. I didn't see that, but I thought he was actually like a character that you like interact with.
Nah, you don't interact with him.
No.
He
Although that would
you
be cool.
should interact with him.
That would
Boss
be cool.
Rutan is like one of the funniest like
I wanna
MMA
hang out-
fighters / actors. of
I
all
want to
time.
hang out with Boss Rutan.
Just for a day. Just hang
And
out
he
with
should
Boz
be
Rutan.
he should teach like
Well, yeah.
in Here Comes the Boom, where he teaches like a
It
women's
was
yoga class.
no, it was
And,
it was
it was a spin class.
It was a spin-
it was extreme spin class and it was cardio street defense.
And knee to the face. And knee to the face.
and throw him on the ground and stomp on his head.
Victory dance.
Victory dance.
Now, like, if you've never seen Here Comes the Boom, it's a bad movie. But Boz Rutan kind
Saves the movie.
of saves the movie.
Kinda. He saves the entire movie.
He
Go
is
watch it.
hilarious. And if you have no
If
idea,
you have no idea who Boss Rutan is, go research him first, then watch the movie.
yes,
BAS space RUTTEN.
Yeah.
He's a hilarious Dutchman.
very hilarious Dutchman. But he's not the Flying Dutchman.
Okay. Well, anyway, so what's the next story?
Okay, that pretty much that covers every single story we needed to cover for today.
Okay.
So at this point, it's time to get into the reviews. And you know what? I'm actually curious to hear what Dave has to say for Final Fantasy XIV.
Go ahead, Dave.
So Dave, start us off.
Final Fantasy XIV doesn't work, Brian.
Again?
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work again.
It's been a week, and I still get constant. This world is full. Please wait for your. There are 92 players ahead of you in the queue, but then it doesn't tell you that you're like moving up in the queue. Basically, you just have to mash the login button and just cross your fingers and hope that you get onto the server. It's really annoying.
Were you ever able to get onto the server?
Like during the pre-access period, I was, but since launch, I haven't been able to play the game for even an hour.
That's funny because our friend Larry told me like the game was awesome.
Well, this is Larry thinks everything is awesome.
No, I mean it's fun when you can play it.
Phone's about to die.
It's fun if you can play it. You can't play it because the servers are too small. It's like friggin' SimCity and Diablo 3 and every other big multiplayer focused
Launch.
it's like these companies, they know that they're going to have this many, this huge spike in demand for the servers, and then in a few months, people are going to stop playing the game, and you're going to have less people, and those people are going to be your audience for the long haul, right?
Yeah,
let's say that you're going to have, you're going to have 1 million people try to play the game when it launches. But after 6 months, only 300,000 people will actually be playing the game.
Yeah.
You don't buy servers that are good enough to support 1 million people, because that's expensive. You buy servers that are good enough to support 300,000 people. And then when everyone complains at the launch of the game that they can't play, you go, oh, sorry, we weren't expecting this big of a response. We're really flat. And you got the same bullshit from SimCity and Diablo. We weren't expecting this big of a response. We're really flattered by our fans' enthusiasm that so many people want to play the game that you broke all our servers. So we'll work on improving our servers.
And they never do.
But
Nope.
But they might a little bit. They might improve it a little bit. But what happens is people get frustrated and they stop playing, and the demand goes down, and then you can play the game again. But it's really shitty. It's really shitty for companies to do this stuff, because at this point I paid $30 for the game, I paid $15 for my first month, and now for a quarter of $3.50 for $3.50 worth of my first month of subscription, I've been completely and utterly unable to play the game for even so much as an hour, and it really sucks.
$3.75.
Yeah, okay.
that
That extra quarter matters, bro.
It does matter. No, you're right. It does.
That's money. That's
is bad.
As stupid as it seems, a quarter is still money that you spent on something you can't do. At
this point I've spent what? So $30 plus $3.75. So I've spent
$33.75. There you go.
I've spent $33.75 and not been able to do anything with it. I've just thrown it into a wind and it's been carried away from me.
Even the quarters.
You've thrown it into Square Enix's pocket, which right now Square Enix is kind of like gone through a massive restructuring.
I mean, the game is fun and it's really beautiful. It's like the best looking MMO I've ever seen when I played during the early access period.
Yeah.
And I remember when you told me about Terra, and I saw the look of Terra. Terra was beautiful.
It's better than Terra. It looks better.
Is that new one that's coming out? Like it came out?
No.
Terra?
Wait.
Terra came out like a year or so ago.
Okay, there's a new one that's coming out like really soon.
But Terra looks really good, but Final Fantasy XIV looks even better than that. And I like the job system. Any character can be any class.
Yeah.
You just unlock the class, just like in Final Fantasy, was it 12 or 11? What was the first MMO one?
11.
Yeah, 11. Just like in that one, you kind of unlock the classes as you play, and then you can just switch whenever you want. You can just switch classes, so that's really cool. You don't ever need more than one character per server. And another thing they did that was really cool is like all the crafting and stuff, like fishing or mining or
masonry,
being a blacksmith or whatever. All of the like side crafting stuff you did actually is its own class in the game.
Oh, so you can actually be okay, I want to focus on being a blacksmith.
Yeah, it's really cool. So you can once you unlock it, like you play the game for like 15 to get to like level 15 or something, and then if you want, you can just be a blacksmith forever for the rest of the time until you play the game. But it's really cool because like I've been watching some streams, and you'll see a guy. He'll be in like his heavy like warrior armor or whatever, and he'll be like clanking along in this like elaborate full plate with this like big helmet, and he'll like go up to like a lake or something and click the button to switch to his fisherman class loadout, and his entire outfit changes.
Oh wow,
it's really cool. And then he gets like the overalls and like the wide brim hat and the fishing pole,
the straw coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
I mean,
because apparently fishermen are hillbillies in my head.
So that's awesome. But unfortunately, I can't do any of that shit because I can't even log on to the server.
So we're not even going to ask you for a 1 out of 5 rating because you can't play it.
Honestly, I haven't played it enough to give it a good rating. I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, we're not.
Did you get a chance to play the new Splinter Cell at all?
A little bit, like just a couple of hours worth.
Okay, so
I have no reviews.
Russ has 0 reviews right now.
I can talk about Splinter Cell a little bit. I'm not going to give it a score, but
nah, don't worry about it then.
I've got 2 games. I've got one I can give both of them pretty much a pretty solid score. The first one I want to talk about is Saints Row 4. How do I start off discussing this game? Let's start off with how the concept is. Take Saints Row, The Matrix. If you took Saints Row, Crackdown, Prototype, and The Matrix, and they had a massive 4-way going on, and in that
oh my god, what
will you let me finish?
That's not how babies are born.
Apparently in the Saints Row world this is.
That's not how babies are conceived.
Like literally, if you took every single one of those,
if you were making a sandwich, and your ingredients were Saints Row and The Matrix and Prototype
and Crackdown.
And you just put it all together, and you made a giant, like one of those like kitchen sink sandwiches.
Like a club sandwich, a huge club sandwich.
That is Saints Row 4. That is a much better analogy than my baby making one.
Oh my god, I can't believe you did that. Anyway, so go on.
Anyway,
sandwiches, children,
they're similar.
Yeah.
Sometimes created. Sometimes they're both created in the kitchen.
Sometimes by accident.
I don't think anybody's accidentally created a sandwich ever.
I don't know.
They just like walked around. They walked up and they were like, "Oh my god, I was making a sandwich."
No, there are some weird sandwiches out there.
I'm sorry, I tripped.
Legalize it. Like who?
Legalized
sandwiches.
Like who's the first one to put like potato chips on a sandwich?
I think it was the Earl of Sandwich.
I bet that wasn't intentional. I bet that was.
Anyway, Saints Row 4. You understand the concept now.
I was just walking around my kitchen. I fell over and all of a sudden a sandwich.
The game is really, really fun to play, but there's some big flaws with the game. Like you can granted you can get like you can drive around, you can customize your cars, you can drive around in cars, but you literally get your first superpowers in the first hour of the game.
Isn't that the whole point of the game, though?
It is the whole point of the game, but here's the thing, though. Once you get your super speed, which is like the first power you get, driving a car seems pointless, but because there's certain points in the game where they intentionally nerf you. They literally just write it into the game like, oh, you can't use your powers right now because you're in reason X, like another person's mind or something like that. But once you get your powers, they're really fun. The weapons are pretty cool. Some of the boss fights are kind of annoying, but really, really fun. Like, this game is really weird. There's a huge flaws, but I really had fun playing this game. And also the writing in the game is really, really witty. Like, I know you two probably don't care, but at the end of the game...
Well, I liked Saints Row 3. I played Saints Row 3.
This is nothing like Saints Row 3. Saints Row 4
Actually, I think I played Saints Row 2 as well, but not the original.
Either way, Saints Row 3 is over here, is in corner A. Saints Row 4 is corner B. They are nothing alike.
I heard it's more like Saints Row 3 is like over here in left field, and then Saints Row 4 is like off on like Venus or something.
yeah, that's a pretty accurate analogy as well. But the writing in the game is hilarious. There is some really funny writing in this game, and a lot of like references to other movies, sci-fi genre in general. Like literally at the end, like they made a straight like to the letter reference to Transformers the movie from 1986. Literally.
Just tell me.
Okay, like at the end of the game, spoiler warning for anyone who has never played the game before. At this point, plug your ears, pause the video, skip ahead a few minutes.
You better like put an annotation in the video for like when you're done spoiling the.
I'm gonna be done. I'll put an annotation in the video like warning in my review. There's a spoiler. What you have to do is where you're gonna. Like in the description, I put a timestamp.
You know how to do the annotations in YouTube, right? It's like a little bubble that pops up. It's like, I'm about to spoil Saints Row 3. If you don't want to hear it, click here. And then you click it, and it jumps to the point in the video.
Yeah, I know how to do that. I'll do that as well.
So do that.
Okay. So, at the end of the game, you're on the alien ship about to fight the main villain, Zinyak, who is a really funny character. You find this... Now, once you're in the real world, you don't have your superpowers. But you go into this room, and there's power armor. Now, not power armor in the sense is like, it enhances you. It's power armor in that it gives you your powers. So you put it on, you walk out, immediately the touch starts playing, and I'm just like, oh, please God, no. So you dive down, the touch is playing, and literally at one point, they quote Transformers the movie. He's like, Zinyak goes like, why throw away your life so recklessly, Saint? And your character just goes, that's a question you should ask yourself, Zinyak. And I'm just going... Russ is like, I know. And
Russ is like...
And I'm just going, did they really just go there? And, like, I'm laughing my ass off at this moment. Like, that ending kind of... Like, I was originally going to give the game, like, a 2 out of 5.
You're really going to give it a 2?
I was going to.
Like it that much?
I was going to. Until the ending.
Why would you give it a 2, though?
Because there are some major flaws.
Like what? You've said major flaws, but you haven't actually said what they are.
Like, there's a lot of graphical glitches in the game. Like, character, like, sometimes when you're running...
So it's buggy?
It's pretty buggy at some points. Okay. There's a lot of bugs that the developers really should have noticed before they released the game, but... And also, there are certain points in the game where it literally crashed. The game,
it's buggy.
It's pretty buggy.
Is it like really? Is it like really, really buggy?
It's not really, really buggy, but
because it have to, a game that I was like otherwise enjoying would have to be like incredibly buggy for me to give it a 2. Like a 2 is a pretty bad score. In my opinion.
But like if I were to give it, I'd give it a 3 out of 5. So it's a pretty average game. Like if you're a Saints Row fan, get it. If you're not a Saints Row fan,
if you're a Saints Row fan, they already have it.
Probably. If you don't have it, get it. If you're a Saints Row fan. I'm not that big of a Saints Row fan, but
I owns 3 of them. He isn't that big.
I own 2.
Oh, okay.
I own 3 and 4. But there's that game. The next game I played was the Bureau XCOM Declassified. This game sucks. I'm just going to tell you right now, this game sucks. Like, literally, I've played this game before. It's called Mass Effect.
Yeah, I heard it was a lot like Mass Effect.
It's not a lot like Mass Effect. It is Mass Effect.
So then how does it suck? You love Mass Effect.
I love Mass Effect, but this game sucks. The story is so bland and generic. I got bored of the game so bad. The voice acting was so like just phoning it in. There were so many graphical glitches.
Oh, damn, seriously.
Like, this game gets a 2. This game gets a 2 out of 5.
This is the worst game ever. It gets the same score I was going to give Saints Row 4, which is a game that I enjoyed. Until Dave talked me out of it.
No, you didn't talk about it. I was going to give the game.
This is like straight up IGN scoring right here.
Yeah.
This is the worst game ever. I hated it. The graphics were terrible, and all the voice acting was phoned in, and it was just Mass Effect, but with a shitty story. 7 out of 10.
No, like, literally, everything that's in Mass Effect is in this game. Your power wheel, your third-person combat
Does
settings.
it even like rip off the same powers as you have in Mass Effect?
Kind
is it
of.
that bad of a rip off?
Kind of. It gives you heal. It gives you lift. I have yet to unlock the blast because, but it gives you a blast. It gives you a little minion. Even there's conversation dialogue trees, and it's the exact same radial menu as Mass Effect. And I'm like, I could be playing Mass Effect right now. I could be playing a much better sci-fi shooter.
Yep.
And this game just...
It just sucked.
It just sucked. It's a 2. It's a solid 2 out of 5.
Solid 2. It's the
Not-
best 2 it can be.
not-
Solid 2.
Not a soft 2. A solid 2.
That's what I call Brian from time to time.
But, my God. This game sucked. I was so bored. That's the biggest thing out of this game. I got bored.
I heard the AI is really bad.
Is
the AI really bad?
The AI is pretty bad.
Like, I heard on the higher difficulties, you can't even order your teammates to move between cover without them dying because the AI is so bad.
I'm playing on normal difficulty, and
he's not.
Yes, I am.
He's lying.
I am not lying.
Full of shit.
I am not full of shit. I am playing on normal right now, and I can tell you the AI is pretty stupid. I tell him, you, go on that cover over there. Okay.
Yes, Brian, because the podcast can see you.
He just stands in the open, just getting shot. I'm like, you're a freaking idiot, Sanchez.
It kind of sucks because XCOM was a really good game.
Enemy Unknown was a really good game.
I don't think anyone was really expecting the XCOM shooter to be good, though.
Yeah.
The reaction was sort of like, dear God, why are they doing an XCOM shooter instead of another strategy game like the original one?
They should just release a sequel. They really should just release a sequel. I mean...
Well, they're releasing an expansion for Enemy Unknown right now.
That's right, or an expansion. A sequel or an expansion, whatever you want to...
But I don't know if it's like an expansion or like an standalone expansion.
Expandalone.
The
Expandalones are the best.
Anyway.
But yeah, that's pretty much, we covered everything we needed to cover.
Our top 5, Brian.
Top 5, we got top 5 left.
I love how Brian always forgets the stuff at the end.
So right now, Labor Day weekend.
I came up with this one. I was very happy about it.
Top 5 things about Labor Day weekend?
No.
Cheeseburgers.
Top 5 laborers in games.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
Basically, top 5 NPCs who do something for you in the game.
Cheeseburgers.
Well, I guess if there's a cheeseburger.
I'm just looking forward to cheeseburgers on Monday, okay?
I had a kebab earlier. We kind of had our thing earlier today, but I was sick, so I was like kind of just choking it down just to not be like an asshole. I was like, it's good. I was just like, I couldn't taste it. I was like, oh, yeah, it's great. This salmon's awesome.
So, Russ, you go first.
I'd like my list. Okay. I'm going to go 5-1. The Bigoron from Legend of Zelda in general. He's in multiple games. Anybody who's played Legend of Zelda and has gone as far to figure out how to find him and get him to make the big sword for you knows that it's incredibly awesome to have a sword that can hit like targets that are like 6 feet away from you with your sword instead of having to use like the bow and arrow or something. The Pit Droids from a Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. The reason I like these, I like that game a lot when I used to play it. And the more you buy, the faster your pod racer gets fixed. So like you can basically buy the best possible pit crew. Dr. Robotnik who is got to be the hardest working engineer, like hardest working electrical engineer in the history of ever. He's got this little blue douchebag of a hedgehog destroying all of his creations.
Destroying his life's work.
And he has to put them all back together.
Again.
He even had time somewhere in there to figure out how to make a giant ship shaped like an egg. And also,
Which also gets
wrecked. And also to make a machine that creates living beans. So there, you got that going.
And a robot clone of Sonic.
Does that count, though? He doesn't really make stuff for you.
Well, no,
I thought
it doesn't have to necessarily be for you. It just has to be he makes stuff.
Okay.
An NPC that makes stuff. Number 2 is Moira from Fallout 3. You may know her as the scientist from Megaton, one of the first towns you encounter, who continues to do her job as a scientist even after you blow up the city.
If you blow it up.
If you decide to blow it up, she just stands there as a ghoul and continues to just do her work.
It's like, oh, the town went nuclear?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to do research.
Yeah, she never even holds you to it. She never becomes hostile toward you.
Well, she doesn't really know that you did it.
Yeah, exactly.
But your father does.
And number 1 is Nurse Joy. This woman never sleeps. She's just always at the hospital. Just every hospital, just wanting to heal your Pokemon. Specifically, the hardest working Nurse Joy in the entire Pokemon universe is whichever one is at the Indigo Plateau, because how many times you have to continuously go back there when the Elite Four kick your ass at first.
What if there's a bunch of because I know there's a whole family of Nurse Joys who all look exactly the same. So what if there's just 3 that work at each?
Well, they're still a hard work,
and they're just on a rotation.
They're just a really hard working family then.
Yeah,
I
could definitely agree with that.
Yeah, they're a very hard working family. They're very dedicated to their work.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna start off. Actually,
yes, anytime now.
The Servbots from the Tronbon Servbots. She commands them, and they run people over for her.
That's a good one.
And they're literally called Servbots. So.
Yes, the Servbots. Okay, my top 4. I just looked at my.
Oh yeah, the Servbots is his number 5.
The Servbots are number 5. I'm stealing Gabe's number 1. And
Brian, you have to start finishing your top 5s. We can't do a top 5, and you only have 3 or 4 done.
Okay, number 5, the Servbots from Mega Man Legends. These guys are so adorable, and oh my god, they do so much stuff for the Trons. Well, they were also in Mega Man Legends and Trombone.
Yeah, I was thinking about Trombone.
Anyway, go on.
Next up, Yorland Greymane from Skyrim. My god, this guy does not rest.
Oh, he runs the Skyforge.
He runs the Skyforge.
Yeah,
this guy does not rest. He's just like, yo, you need something forged? Alright.
I'm just working this bellows that's 45 feet tall.
Yeah. Next up.
And he's jacked, too.
Yeah.
So you can tell it takes some effort to pull that shit down.
Yeah.
And then you go over there and it's like, yo, can I use your forge? He's like, yeah, sure, why not? Just continues pulling. I'll stoke the fire for you. Don't mind me. Don't give me a hand. I'm all right here.
You asshole.
My family hates the battle bars. I don't care. I gotta work the Skyforge.
He kind of reminds me of Conan the Barbarian, how he was just forced to push a huge.
He's definitely channeling some Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
that guy.
Definitely. Next
just
up,
I work the Skyforge and I'm coming. I'm just coming. It's I'm always coming.
Yeah, it's like sex. I'm coming. Oh my god!
Any PG that we ever had is
out the window.
Go on, number 3.
Number 3, Otakon.
Otakon,
whatever.
Otakon is a convention in Baltimore, Brian.
Otakon from Metal Gear Solid. My god, this guy just comes up with some random shit. The optic camouflage. The octo camouflage.
Yeah.
The little robot from Metal Gear Solid 4.
MK2, MK3.
MK2 and 3.
Yeah, the Solid Eye, right?
The Solid
Eye. Otakon just gave
and he continues to work, even though everybody he's ever cared about dies.
Cares about or slept with.
Or in some case, both. Dies. Everyone dies in his life. The man literally has no reason to live anymore. He just continues to struggle.
He obviously lives to build shit for Snake.
Yeah.
But Snake dies!
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Otacon is just a string of depression. I'm like, I feel so bad for this guy.
Otacon should change his name to the Black Plague, because anybody who comes in contact with him
dies. Next up, kind of in the same vein as Russ, where he went Dr. Robotnik, I went Dr. Wily. Pretty much for the same exact reasons. Wily keeps building up an army of evil robots only for Mega Man to destroy
Only for a small blue asshole to keep destroying it.
Or a big blue asshole, depending on
which continuity you're talking about.
Yeah. Next up, your father from Fallout 3. I mean, he is the central point in that entire plot. He's trying to purify the water.
Yeah, but I don't agree with Brian on this, because he really doesn't do much throughout that game.
Yeah, he's just a plot device.
Yeah, he dies after standard mission 4.
Okay, you know what? Instead of the father, you know what I'm going to go with?
Yeah.
Claptrap.
Claptrap. That's a good one.
Claptrap doesn't do shit for you. All he does is annoy you. He literally exists to annoy you.
But he's so good at it!
That's not working. That's just being annoying.
That's his job! His job is to be annoying. Either that or Tiny Tina.
His job is to
Tiny Tina.
From Borderlands 2.
I never
No,
saw
she just gives you bombs occasionally. You're bad at this.
Okay! Someone from Borderlands 2!
Literally, it's funny though that you say Claptrap, because literally his only two jobs are to be annoying and to be a punchline.
Yeah. Well, he does it very well, and that's his job,
okay.
So...
He's very dedicated to being an annoying punchline.
Well, anyway,
that's our top 5.
Is there anything that coming up in recent weeks that we should be...
coming up, you'll see another episode of the Let's Play for Robot Chemic Drive.
I was actually supposed to record a Resident Evil Let's Play last night, but I just went home and slept instead.
Because you were starting to feel sick?
Yeah. I didn't even tell Brian.
You didn't even tell me. I just saw the clock turn 10, and I was like, I guess he's not coming over. Time to go to bed.
Yeah, basically.
We got those 2 Let's Plays coming up this week.
Yeah.
Our next episode will be in 2 weeks. We're going to start shooting Russ's Rants.
People's parents. What?
No, we are not going to create Batman.
Batman.
We're gonna record Russ's Rants sometime soon.
Yeah, I'll probably have plenty of them.
Huh?
I'll probably have plenty of them.
Oh yeah, those are going to be up on our YouTube channel and our website sometime within the next month or 2. And in October, we got to start playing this now. We're going to have a show for film debates.
Yes.
The title is a working title, but it's going to be Russ versus somebody.
I'm going to debate somebody on a movie. It doesn't necessarily have to be a new movie. It could be an old movie.
It could be an old movie.
It could be Spaceballs. It could be Indiana Jones. It could be anything along those lines.
Star Wars.
You know that was actually voted, well, not voted, but by using internet search databases and likes on Facebook and stuff, they determined that that's the number 2 movie liked around the world is Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back.
The number 2 movie is specifically Empire
Strikes Back. Citizen Kane was number 1.
I'm not shocked that Citizen Kane is number 1.
You know, I've never seen Citizen Kane.
It's his sled.
I've never seen. I know.
It's his sled.
I know that.
Spoilers.
Here's something interesting about Citizen Kane. He dies alone in his room, and he says Rosebud right before he dies. Nobody is in the room. How does anybody know he said Rosebud?
I don't know because I've never seen the movie.
I'll leave that for people to contemplate because we have the UFC fight coming up.
I got the name for the show.
What?
Russ versus
Russ versus whoever.
Yes.
And it will be on YouTube.
That's the working title right now. Russ versus
We have a couple people lined up.
I know someone who will definitely be in on it.
Yeah.
Depending on the topic.
That's not going to be as often as our current show because
No.
that's something that this is the main show and we're going to have other stuff just to keep the flavor going.
Yes, and all new high quality content. I've got a couple of other ideas in the back burner. One of them being a web series.
In the back burner, not on the back burner. He's actually put it right in the flame. It's already burning, this idea.
It's like when you roast a pepper.
Yeah.
You just put it right on the flame.
Yes. Yeah. One of them is going to be a web series. We're still in pre-production. We're still working on getting the story panned out, the script written, and all that good stuff. Expect that sometime next summer, probably.
Expect that sometime never.
Next summer, once we start shooting and I can get everyone together. Expect that soon, but it's going to happen.
Soon, but like Blizzard soon. Like Valve soon. Yes. Not actually soon.
Like, we'll just slowly remind you that we haven't forgotten. But we really forgot.
Yes. Take care, everyone.